Hola familia, soy Carlos Vides y espero que esté pasando un feliz día. Somos Mentes Innovadoras y este día tenemos algo muy especial para usted. So please sit down, relax, take some good notes, and let's see what we got for you. Amanda?
Carlos, great to see you again. I cannot believe we continue to bring powerful people here. And today we actually got two for the price of one.
How about
I'm
that?
just kidding. We do not pay anyone. But we do have two powerful houses here, two local chambers of Kansas City. First of all, we have Heartland Black Chamber of Commerce of Kansas City and the Hispanic Chamber of Kansas City as well. So I am super excited to introduce them. I have Kim
Randolph.
Help me with your last name.
Randolph.
Randolph.
Yeah.
And she's been part of the Black Chamber for, I believe, since 2014.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for coming and accepting our invite. Carlos, thank you for being here. I think at this point, everyone knows Carlos Gomez. He's been the president of the chamber for 14 years, going on 15 now.
Yep.
And originally from Topeka, Kansas. So very happy to have you here, Carlos.
No,
It
it's
is
my
a pleasure.
It is my pleasure. And I think you two met at the chamber.
Absolutely.
We did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect match, right?
Perfect
The
match.
chamber does. We connect opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
it is a pleasure to have you
Yeah.
both. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being here.
And Amanda, because it is in this program, we like to highlight each individual. How about we talk about a little bit about, and ladies first, we go with Miss Kim. And tell us a little bit about who is Miss Kim?
Well, Miss Kim Randolph. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, years and years ago, so I'm an older lady. I went to Ruskin High School. So most of my life I've been in Kansas City. I'm a military brat. So my dad served in 3 wars, which was World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War.
Wow.
I went to school. I went into corporate America. I worked in corporate America. My first experience in corporate America was in commodities. And so in the 70s and the 80s, you wouldn't imagine someone of color working in commodities. And I worked for Famarco Grain Company when Kansas City had the Board of Trade. I later left corporate America, went into small business. I have sit in positions as high ranking as a COO or director of operations. And then I decided to start my own business. And from there, I joined the chamber.
So you came with great experience.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
The years when you go back in the years and you hear people, especially in my position as a chamber leader, the different businesses, your knowledge that you learn over the years start flooding back. So you don't realize how much you know until you know that you know it.
Yes, that's amazing.
So now you stand as the president of the chamber, correct?
Yes.
And you are able to bring a lot of perspective from corporate America to the smaller businesses and really help them with all of that feedback so they can fuel their business and grow. So you've been there, you've
Yes.
experienced it, and now you're bringing all of that to all of these businesses.
I hope so. That's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Yes.
And now let's not forget that we have this special friend here too, Mr. Carlos Gomez.
Our dear Carlos. Carlos, you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we
My
love you and
love
adore you.
tells me.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about Carlos.
Well, I am from Topeka, Kansas, and born and raised, and my grandparents are from Guanajuato.
Guanajuato, Mexico.
Yeah,
For those
San
of you de
Francisco,
Guanajuato,
Guanajuato.
aquí tenemos un paisano. Yeah.
And my parents were born here in the 1930s in Lawrence and Topeka, and they both have huge families, and so very, very fortunate to have that benefit of big family.
Fantastic.
And many business owners within both families. And what people don't realize, my brother and I owned a business right when I came out of college. We opened up a T-shirt design company called G-Force Graphics.
Ha, that sounds a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
G stood for Gomez and gravitational force, a lot of meanings. And if I knew what I know now, yeah.
You may be still in business.
Yeah. We actually were doing well. You know, what was interesting about it is neither one of us, we were both working for corporate America, and neither one of us wanted to quit, and the business was demanding that someone quit. And it was that neither one wanted to do that. But the business was actually growing and thriving. But I know I've learned so much now over the years that I was like, wow, I wish I would have known that back then. But you know, timing's everything.
Time is
We
absolutely.
get wiser
Yeah.
with age, you know,
Right.
and all the
Yeah.
experiences that we get to live, especially when we're in the business community,
Yeah.
which you both are heavily involved in the business community, specifically here in Kansas City. But it goes beyond Kansas City. You've been involved in a lot of lawmaking. I know that you're heavily involved with that, and so definitely a lot of influence that you bring to the changes that are needed for businesses and really our community as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we a bill that we helped author is going to get ready to be introduced in the Kansas legislature, and it is to put goals for minority women and veterans on all contracts with the state of Kansas on any department. Right now, only one department has goals, and it's disadvantaged business enterprise goals, but not minority women.
Yeah.
But we're talking whether it's the Department of Commerce or the insurance, that there should be goals that in those arenas. So that'll be introduced here in the next week or two. So we
Fantastic.
spent 4 months working with other people, other organizations composing that. So.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know what a chamber does, can you expand?
Kim.
Absolutely.
Well, it just depends. So for the Heartland Black Chamber, we connect, we promote, and we grow. Our goal is to, from ideal to concept, and anything in between or above. The chamber basically, for minority chambers especially, we're more than just a business chamber. So we dabble in health, education, transportation. Help me out, Carlos. You said earlier legislative policies.
We work very closely together.
Yeah,
on
Carlos
policies.
and I, we work very close on a lot of things actually. But community development. So the minority chambers, we're a little bit different than the other majority chambers that their focus is basically on business and legislative policies dealing with business, where we deal with community and education as well.
I always say that a chamber's like a gym. You can join a gym, but if you don't go and you don't participate and you don't, then you'll get nothing out of it.
That's a very good point.
That's a great analogy.
But you get involved with any chamber, with the Heartland Black Chamber, our chamber, you make contacts.
Absolutely.
And those contacts will eventually thrive into something positive.
Let's say everyone, you know that I'm always out in a community, and sometimes I get small business owners and I say, are you a member of the chamber? And they say, well, I'm not a member because I don't know where to go, I don't know how to start. Is there a process? Is there a magic something that happens to start either one of you to join the chambers?
I mean, it's as easy as going to our website and joining online instantly, or coming to our offices and sitting down.
Or maybe look you up on the internet?
Yeah, oh yeah. And you know, we encourage people to come sit down with us and say, hey, we want to know more about the chamber and how can you help our business. And it's not just about how we can help the business, it's how that business can help also other businesses.
Absolutely.
Because it's about helping each other. There's strength in numbers. And when you get 400 or 200, however many members the chamber has, we have about 450. Everyone has contacts. Kim has contacts that I need to know, and vice versa. You all have contacts. So how, when a person joins, how do you help other members, and from buying from them as well as them buying from you?
And then attending the networking events. I met Carlos at a networking event. And believe it or not, I met him at a networking event. I met you at a network. I can bet you at a golf tournament. Actually,
That's where they met, at a golf tournament.
Yeah.
Chamber golf tournament.
Well, I'm telling you, that the
Now
Hispanic
here.
Chamber Golf Tournament, you meet a lot of good people. But and, you know, we're a region, so my reach also goes into 4 more states, and we have an affiliate in St. Louis. We have an affiliate in Wichita. We were going to start in Omaha, but the pandemic kind of slowed things down. However, it made things a lot easier for us to connect as 2 communities. So the Black and Brown community, I think, over this pandemic, have realized how important it is for us to really work together and unite our resources and our forces. That's why I can say today I'm sitting here being interviewed, and it's going to go out to not just your community but mine as well.
Gonna go to
And
everybody.
And I think
Yeah.
it's important that we show how important it is to work together. So our connection is building our business. Our chambers are building as businesses because we're connected.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for a small business. If you two are connected, your businesses are going to grow.
Yeah.
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 I think it's all about being united and representation as well.
Yes.
Right? When you're looking at going and having those hard conversations at state level or federal level to make changes that need to be made, having minorities together, and this is not by any means excluding the
Right.
Anglo side, because I
No,
have found
yeah, you're
an
right.
extremely huge support
Yes,
system
absolutely.
with that community. But there's definitely something to be said on everything that we need to work with or work on with Blacks and Hispanics.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to be done,
Yeah.
a lot of education.
Yes. Absolutely. You said the key word, education.
Yes,
Well,
we got to continue to pave that way, but it's going to be through education for all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our obstacles are the same.
Yes.
Access to capital, access to healthcare, access to education.
Yes.
And so, we have the same barriers. Let's work together to remove
Remove
those
the
barriers
barriers, yeah.
and empower the community. And who wins? Kansas City wins. Everybody wins.
Yes.
The state
Yes.
wins. The country wins.
And the next generation's coming.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
that next generation is it's
Yeah.
a smart, intelligent generation.
I know that
It's a
No,
little
it is.
scary.
I meet your kids, your
Yes.
daughter,
Yeah.
and you see the next generation. It's like, wow, I can't wait to see what they create.
And that's absolutely all the reason why we do this type of interviews, because we want to communicate to the community that your services exist. And the reason is to help and develop them, mentor them into
Yes.
getting better and better, right?
Yes.
So they can do better for their families. And then,
And then we can create generational wealth, which is
Yeah.
really a big topic that we're having conversations about. A lot of, Donald Hawkins, who is a good friend of mine, he just launched a fintech company that is getting a lot of noise. And it's specifically to be able to go and create that education, financial education
Yes.
for the Black community, right?
Absolutely.
And minorities. I personally work with a lot of minority businesses, and anytime that I have the opportunity, I just feel like I'm living life. I'm fulfilling my passion
Yes.
because I'm able to go and lend a hand in so many ways, not only financially.
Yes.
But there's something to be said about just being able to go and empower and knowing that you are creating something stronger that is going to lead to so much more and so many more opportunities for many generations to come.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's building that legacy
Yes.
for your family and for the community.
For the
the
community.
For the
Both,
community.
both,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
Because
all
the-
interconnected.
Yes.
Yes, and learning how knowing how the system works, so the system works for you. If we don't know the rules of the game, we can't win,
Yes.
and that's the key: is knowing what are the rules to the game.
What are the rules, and then also how important it is to not be cutting corners.
Right.
Absolutely.
Doing things right.
Right.
Right. And we saw a lot
With
of
integrity.
That. Yes, with integrity.
Yes.
And we saw a lot of that through the pandemic, where a lot of businesses missed out because maybe they didn't have things in order.
Yes.
And so why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you experienced throughout the pandemic? We're slowly coming out of this to an extent, but tell us more about your experience and how you overcame the many challenges that you were faced with.
We had to be cheerleaders.
Oh my God. Yeah. Without pom poms.
Because business owners were coming to us, and we didn't have a crystal ball to know what was around the corner, but we couldn't let people know that because they were coming to us for reassurance
Yeah.
that everything's going to be okay, and not just to us, to leaders throughout the community, whether it's the church priest, the reverend, whether it's you all, leaders. People were coming. It's like, so how do we make people aware of, okay, we need to be aware of what's going on, but at the same time, this is not a time to panic or worry. It's a time to be confident and to make smart moves to make sure that my business sustains, that I can keep my employees, and so they can provide for their families. So it was very challenging, but from a personal standpoint, my goal was to lift people up if they were down. But let me tell you, I got inspired by so many business owners right up there, because I saw them rising to the challenge.
Were you getting your strength from them?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I go, wow, look at this. This person owns a restaurant and has every reason to be panicking, and they're not. They're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this special. I'm gonna try this,
Yes.
I'm gonna try this marketing idea. And that was my inspiration, was to see, because the entrepreneur is someone who's always overcome barriers. And I don't care what language you speak, what ethnicity you are, the DNA of an entrepreneur is the same.
Yeah.
So during this time, that what gave me my juice, was talking to people like you.
Well, thank you. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways, because even sometimes you have fake it till you make it, right? Like, even when you're a little bit scared, and it's just, you just feed from each other, and that's the reason why it's so critical as well when you're having conversations with whomever, is just to make sure that you just keep it positive, like something good is going to come out of this.
Yes.
And I think it will.
Yes.
And we're showing that as well. Many
Yeah.
people that are reinventing themselves.
Well,
Absolutely.
failure is not really failure. Failure, you're learning. So it's okay to stumble. It's okay to make mistakes, because you're going to learn from it, and you're going to be better off in your business, or whether it's your individual life or your business life. So, sometimes people try and they get down on themselves for one thing. Well, your life is bigger than just one thing.
I like that. Your life is bigger than one thing. That is.
I hope they're writing it down.
Yeah, it is.
No,
It's
it
all
is.
about those experiences,
Yeah.
your
Yes.
ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what experience did you have, Ms. Kim, in your community?
Basically, Carlos and I had pretty much the same experience. We talked a lot.
Every
we
day?
talked every day, and I mean sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. For me, it was to bring hope, because in the Black community, we really had some real bad experiences, and we had businesses that actually shut their doors, and as you said earlier, not being totally prepared. It taught us that, hey, you got to do everything and get it in order. And so bringing hope, when we started a program called Encore. And Encore was a one-on-one consulting. So we developed a program where we took our businesses and said, hey, we've got an accountant, we have someone in marketing, we have someone in HR, we have someone that is in legal, and we're going to look at your whole business one-on-one, and we're going to walk you through this program. And as you go through, we're going to show you how to pivot if you need to pivot, or how to take what you have and completely revamp it and grow it. So I'm really happy to say that we've had businesses that are coming out on the other side of this. You'll hear soon about a business that we have a guy that started a business 4 months ago in the height of a pandemic. And that shows the resiliency of entrepreneurs. Even when it looks bad, we'll try it. We'll try anything. So
Now, this program sounds fantastic, but one of the things that I noticed, Amanda, is that sometimes we don't reach out.
We do not. I think that most of our community is intimidated. And when I say our community, it can be nationwide. It's not only in Kansas City. I think they're intimidated by these organizations, and they shouldn't. I mean, these are regular people. Both of you gave us a little bit of your background. You came from corporate America. You've experienced corporate
T-shirt
America.
business.
You had a business, a small business. You had a small business. So you've experienced all of that, not only the process of how to build a company, but also the fears, right? Those emotional things that we go through in the experiences, which when I speak to entrepreneurs, which is something that I do on a daily basis, the biggest focus for me is checking in and saying, okay, let's go ahead and check on the emotions, the fears, the noise, that little negative noise of what if this doesn't work out, and just squashing it and saying, okay, I'm going to be innovative and I'm going to be resilient, right?
Yes.
But I'm going to be also smart, and I'm going to go to these organizations, just like I'm a member of the chamber, of the Hispanic chamber, which I learned so much, and I've been connected with wonderful people here in Kansas City and beyond as well.
Absolutely.
But reach out. And do not be intimidated. These are wonderful organizations, and really, when I'm speaking to anyone throughout the U.S., my first thing is go to your local chamber. I might not know the chamber, but I'm like,
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
Because I know what the Hispanic Chamber has done for me, and it's been power. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's been extremely powerful for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's always the same way for me as well. Whenever anybody reach out to me for help, I always say, have you talked to the Hispanic Chamber? They're like, what is that? What is that? And then that's where the conversation will start. And that's why I ask you those questions, because that is the question sometimes people ask out. Same thing in your community.
But this is what I want us to understand, because Carlos and I talk about this all the time. If we're talking about uniting, we have to learn how to join one another's chambers.
Yes.
So Carlos and I are partners in chambers. So we need to utilize each other's resources. It's some things that the Hispanic Chamber offers that I don't have contacts or I don't have offered, but like our Encore program, it's open. It's not, it's
Yeah.
not for
Any
just,
business.
right, it's not for just black businesses. And I think this is a good time to say that so that they can see that together. And I always tell my members, join the Hispanic Chamber too. Don't just join here. Join the Hispanic Chamber because they have something to offer. And you want to be able to do business with the Hispanic community. We got to stop this, you're not going to.
Hey, but we have both of you today.
It's a growing community.
Yes.
Yes.
And understanding the cultures and being able to appreciate
Yes.
all cultures. Right
Yeah.
now we have the Black Chamber being represented here, the Hispanic Chamber being represented, but we can go beyond that.
Yes.
And it's just really understanding that the U.S. is a melting pot. And
Yes.
it continues to become even stronger. And so being able to understand the culture and appreciate and embrace it,
Yes.
I think it's fantastic. And those that are able to do that, especially if they're entrepreneurs, they're going to kill it.
Yes.
They're going to kill it because
Yes.
they're going to be able to go and speak the language that connects to that individual.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I really like this conversation, and I feel that it was overdue.
Yeah, and I can't tell you, having Kim as not only as a peer but as a friend has been just tremendous, especially that last year of uncertainty, because
Yeah.
we were going through the same things and we could bounce and there was times I was down and Kim was down. We lift each other up,
Yeah.
and but you know what? Going through this pandemic is going to make us all stronger. We're smarter, and there's so much opportunity out there. We saw businesses pivot into areas. We had some businesses have record years,
Yeah.
but it's being open to change, being willing to raise the bar on yourself, and part of that is going challenging your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like you said, people may be intimidated.
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Now, let me
Yes.
ask you this, because we are coming into a time crunch.
Yes.
What are some of the programs that Hispanic Chamber may have to offer
Yes.
through this year?
Well, first, you don't even have to be a member for this. If you want to start up a business for free, we will help you with all your paperwork, LLC, register with the state, federal tax ID, whatever you need. We do that completely free.
Fantastic.
Yes, and so on average, we help about 80 businesses start up. The majority of those consultations are all in Spanish. So, and the majority of those are Latinas.
Excellent.
So from construction to IT companies to restaurants to a food truck,
Everybody qualify.
come see us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll help you put you in business. If you're already in business, we'll help you get certified as a minority business, a woman-owned business, a veteran-owned business, because there's opportunity, there's goals. By being certified, it can grow your business by at least a third in revenue and profit, maybe even double, quadruple,
That's
but at least a third in growth.
I hope you don't mind, but that's one of the things that I keep promoting. Everybody that come up to me, ask for help, said, have you looked at the minority certification? Go to Hispanic Chamber.
Right.
Now I know that I can send it to you too.
Absolutely, because we're doing exactly the same thing. You don't have to be a member. We are helping new businesses from concept. We have a business center now, and so we're offering, especially for our small businesses that don't have brick and mortar or need to have some place to come and have office hours. They can come have office hours there. We are offering a program through the public library, Mid-Continent. We partnered with Mid-Continent Library to be able to go through and do research. So they can go online, do research through our through our business. We're going to be offering a marketplace. So for those companies that have products or services that they want to market online, they'll be able to go on our website and set up marketplace.
Fantastic.
So yeah, we've got a lot going on.
Now, stay for the audience up there. The exact name, how they're going to find your chamber.
So to find my chamber, you can go online. You can Google Heartland Black Chamber of Commerce. You can go to heartlandblackchamber.com. You can call area code 913-948-7680. And right now we're located at 4001 Blue Parkway, Kansas City, Missouri, 64130.
Fantastic. You also on Facebook?
I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
There's no hiding.
We're everywhere. Yes.
I'm really enjoying this. What do you think?
Oh, this has been absolutely fantastic, and like you said, well overdue.
Yeah.
I am very pleased to have
Yeah.
you both. I think that right now, this is the time, anyone that has thought about opening their business or to revamp their business, this is the time when you reach out because there's so many opportunities. I am of the firm belief that right now, in a pandemic, just like what we saw in 2008, for those that are ready to go and put in the work, they can go through it. There are going to be a lot of opportunities. And for that, we're all going to be here to help them out. You, Carlos, you do fantastic working with small businesses as well. Sometimes I feel like he spends all day with the chamber. What do you think, Carlos?
Some people think he's the president. But that's okay. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I can go take a break.
Funny you said, because so many people reach out to me, hey, Carlos, and some people want to complain, some people want to say this, and I said, there is another Carlos.
By the other way.
There is another Carlos.
Here, let me give you this number.
Well,
Now, Carlos, I'm sorry, Amanda.
No, you're
Will
good.
you please do the same and stay for the cameras and the public over there and
Yes.
tell them exactly.
Yes, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Greater Kansas City. We're located downtown Kansas City, Missouri, 107 West 10th Street, right at a corner from the public library. Our website is www.hccgkc.com. Just Google Hispanic Chamber Kansas City will pop up. And our phone number is 816-472-6767. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. Just Google Hispanic Chamber and we'll meet with anybody who wants to meet with us. And we're here to
Fantastic.
help your business.
Very
we want
good.
your business to grow. And you remember, in the worst economies, someone's always making money.
Yes.
It might as well be you.
All right, now that was a good plug, Carlos. Good plug.
Love it. Love it.
I really like that.
Well, we are really appreciative of both of you coming and spending out of your busy schedule some time with us. And this is great information for our community. So thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
Carlos, thank you for everything you've done for me, for my company. When I look at everything that I've been through for the last couple of years since we started Plex Capital, you've been absolutely amazing, and I'm
Thank you.
very glad to be part of a member of the chamber.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I always tell people, I'm not the chamber. It's the members of the chamber. So
You're full of knowledge today.
no, really, no.
I taught him that.
No, I have a great quote, but I know we're coming to an end. But
Go right ahead, please.
Well, I saw a quote of Tony De La Rosa. He's an accordion player, and in South Texas. And someone asked him, it was a PBS, and they asked him, you must like playing. You're one of the best. And he goes, it's not what I play, but it's who I play for, and I play for my people.
Aw.
And that is the best quote, and that exemplifies, I think, what we do every day and what our staff, we're not there for the money, because we get recruited by corporate America. We're there because we love helping the community.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that I can actually tell you that's the truth.
That is fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
once again, thank you. I'm all about growth and progress and being able to unite both cultures to move the city forward. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, for those of you up there, muchas gracias por darnos su tiempo y escuchar este programa. Espero que hayan aprendido mucho de los dos invitados especiales que tenemos este día, a Kim Randolph y a Carlos Gómez. Ellos son personas que representan nuestra comunidad y cualquier cosa que usted haya aprendido, anótelo, búsquelo, o llámenos a nosotros o llámenos a ellos, que están para servirle. Soy Carlos Vides con Mentes Innovadoras.
Y Amanda Villarreal, un placer, mi gente.
Nos vemos pronto.